And we're back with part 3. This is from Jack Monster 32231.
3231.
Do you guys like 90s grunge music? I don't really know. I don't think so.
Grunge? Doesn't grunge sound like...
It's like a certain type of like crazy rock, I think.
Maybe. I don't know.
Are you guys working on another episode of Cooking with Miles? The thing with that is, I kind of made it now so it's only with specials. You know what I mean? Like, we did the summer one. We'll probably do one for Christmas. And I actually want to do one with us in drag as two sisters. I mean, like cooking with the Something Sisters. And we play it real seriously and they cook like an elegant British dish. You know what I mean? That would be one I want to do. And when I have us in drag, it has to be good makeup. You know what I mean? We have to look like legitimate, like, 40-something women.
Yeah.
Cooking these foods.
I think we could pull it off, too.
And you're lucky enough, the kitchen you have has a real, like, cooking show look. Like, my kitchen isn't set up like that, but yours has the counter in the middle, so it works.
Yeah, when, like, me and my roommates, when we first got there, like, it had this older look to it, but when we redesigned it, one of them said, let's just go all out with this modern look, with this basic black and white color with a little bit of that gold brass color, and apparently it worked.
I know. But we will do more, though.
Yeah, we will.
Have you ever watched the Cleveland show? Nope.
No. The only show that Seth MacFarlane does that I like is Family Guy.
Shawn, you said in a previous video you and MJ are moving to California and you're running out of DVD space. Are you going to make room solely for DVDs? Whenever I get to another house, I am going to have like Rob Zombie did, like a whole room of DVDs.
We didn't really get to go back when he talked about the Cleveland show. You're starting to like Seth MacFarlane even less because of what happened.
I'm so tired of him having so many shows. To top it off, it's canceling ones I like King of the Hill.
King of the Hill, yeah, that's gone. He should have just done Family Guy and left it at that.
He's like, it's almost like he makes one and he can't stop. You know what I mean? It's like he keeps on making one after another. Like next, I'm sure he's going to cancel Simpsons before you know.
Yeah, I know. I don't believe that though. Simpsons has been around too long and they're too big to be canceled. But see, with like American Dad, if some of you like it, I'm sorry, but I've watched episodes and I haven't laughed once. I don't know.
And you said you're going to move to California in the next like year or two. We want to, but the thing is, right now for what we're doing, we just travel for anything we do, and I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Like if we need to go to California and do a film, which I know we do at some point, we'll just travel.
I mean, with me, like, I'm not really tied down anywhere. Like, I'll probably stay there for film work for a while, but eventually, depending on where me and Laura decide, is really where we'll end up.
But I actually want to end up in California, but not in Los Angeles, but in like San Diego or something like that. I don't like, just that busy area. I just drive to like Amoeba in places I want to go. What do you most enjoy about living in Maryland? I mean, it's just where we've been, so I'm just used to it.
The thing I like it the most is the fact that I have a lot of good memories here because, I grew up here.
The only thing is now that everything's closing and changing, I like being here a little less and less.
In a way, it's a good thing because...
It makes it easier to leave.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say. Because when we go to move, like to do films, we don't have to be like, we're leaving so much behind. It's like we're not leaving anything behind. And I really don't have any friends, really, that are... I mean, I have friends. I mean, friends that I'm tight with I see a lot. I only have, like, 2 or 3 really... I mean, you, but I work with you. I only have, like... There's Laura, and then there's, like, one other friend, and that's it. I really don't have any friends who I'm really tied with, so it's easy to move.
And lately, it's like, I like going... When we go and do around the towns, I like going further away, and other places we haven't been to.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's, like, not fun to go to the same places and see the movies where you work and all that. Like, there's nothing fun about that.
Yeah.
And the thing is, in California, there's so many things there I like. The Amoeba Records are really cool. ArcLight Theater, just everything. I have a lot of friends there, a lot of film work we can do because there's so many people I know there. So in the end, it would work out the best for us. Paradox Productions won.
Again.
What do you think is the most overrated popular movie? By the way, have you guys have tons of fans in New Zealand?
Well, thank you.
I think Twilight is. I think those Twilight things are really overrated.
Yeah, that's one. Dark Knight. I mean, don't get me wrong.
I know.
I'm sorry. I hope it's not bothering you that I keep bringing it up. But when it came out, it was so talked about, and when I saw it, I'm like, that was really, really good. But I mean, I don't think it deserves this much hype. It's not just that though. What was another one? There was a few that came out that were so overrated. 300.
That was really.
I mean, it was good, but like, it didn't deserve as much hype as it got.
There's been a lot of stuff. Aqua 3 Marine.
Right.
What is your all-time favorite film? That's too hard to know. What do you think of Pee Wee Herman returning? We said that in the last update. last Q&A. I really am happy about that. Do you want to see another Pee Wee film? Definitely.
Yes.
You guys are brill, and I love your videos. And Pee Wee Herman.
Thank you.
Keep up the great work. This is Super Rob 77. Are you guys collecting the new Ghostbusters figures from MattyCollector.com? The Stance figure went on sale yesterday. I actually didn't even know they were out yet. Like, it's weird. Like, you remember how you used to be able to go to stores and buy the toys?
Yeah.
And now it's like it seems like you have to get them online or something.
Yeah, I miss buying, like, Toys R Us when they had cool toys. That was one of the best things, going to Toys R Us and buying cool toys.
And Suncoast is where you would always get the movie toys, remember?
I know, I never bought toys from there much, really, though.
And the EB Games used to sell them everywhere, used to have them. Pinky and the Sheep. Have you ever seen Behind the Mask, The Rise of Leslie Vernon? Everyone's asking me about that movie.
I haven't.
I know. Shawn, do you have any tips on collecting DVDs? I guess, like, if you want to start, like, building a collection and getting a lot at once, go to, like, a place where you can get a lot used for a good price. You know what I mean? Like look for the best used prices you can. That's probably the best way, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, for someone who... See, the only ones I have are the ones I actually love and watch. So, I don't have them just to say, well, this is really popular and everyone seems to like it. I don't really care about it that much, but I have it and it's cool to have it. I only have them because I like them.
He says, what city do you live? No, we don't talk about that anymore. We kind of keep it quiet.
Yeah, we'll just say Baltimore, Maryland, and that's it.
Yeah. It's just you guys come to the
Not
coolest
try to be a
places
creep.
ever. If I went to Maryland, I would probably unlikely would check out your city. The thing is, like, we go a lot of places farther away than where we live, though. You know what I mean? Like, most of the places we go are, like, 20 minutes from where we live, or, like, if not further.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, do we really go to a lot of places right where we are?
Rarely. Like, in the older videos we did, but not really.
I didn't used to go on the expressway, but lately, like, we're driving all over the place. And, like, when we did the Trailer Park movie, we drove way down, like, an hour and a half away. And so it's like, I gotten over that.
Yeah, I had to, we usually generally like taking back roads because sometimes they're, like, on the way, there's fun stuff.
I stopped doing that sometimes.
Well, there's fun stuff to check out usually.
Yeah, certain back roads are really cool.
See, the reason I didn't like the highway as much is because it's just a long drive and there's nothing along the way.
Maybe next week, there's that one long back road that goes to Pennsylvania you went to. Maybe we should finally go down that road.
All the way.
Yeah, and then, like...
Yeah, I did that once, and what?
And remember you told me about the one time there was a bowling alley on that road, and you had to take a dump, and then you stopped to go in, and then, like, you went in the bathroom, and then these two guys came in and started going, "Is anybody in there? We gotta go, let us in."
Yeah, there's two of them. There's one dude using the urinal, and the other dude who kept on, like, shaking on the door.
Yeah.
And I just like, I'm like, uh-oh. There wasn't even a lid. I just pulled my pants. I went somewhere else to wash my hands. I got out, shut the door, said, "It's all yours." He's like, "About time."
And wasn't the toilet, like, overflowing and all clogged?
Almost. And so I literally ran like greased lightning out of there. So I got in my car and took off.
And, like, this road, like, it's this long road that you can go down it for, like, probably at least 2 hours.
And I did one day, at the old job I was at, I skipped work, and I hated it. The job sucked. The job sucked. Those people sucked. You know, they can kiss my butt. Well, anyway.
You mean PetSmart?
Yeah. Well, anyway, I just drove down that road all the way. I mean, I think I actually might have went past Pennsylvania. Like, I remember I went to, like, through the city, and I went past this other countryside. I don't even know where I was. It was cool.
Do you have any ideas for a movie that I can make? I just got a new editing software.
Maybe you could do a
just like demo stuff, I guess, like write down a scene of like two people talking, and then like shoot that and edit that maybe.
Let's see how it goes.
Yeah, 1985, dude. I know you guys hate remakes for the most part, but if you could remake any movie, which would it be?
And why?
I would like Peanut Butter Solution would be interesting to remake.
One I'm interested. This was always like a favorite of mine. A secret favorite was the classic. It was an old Disney movie, Bed Knobs and Broomsticks. I always wanted to see what that would look like now. And of course, not make it CGI. Have the scenes where there are cartoon characters, still have them be cartoons.
Also, can either of you remember the very first movie you saw in theaters? I don't know the first.
I think the first one I saw in theaters was the first one I ever saw.
I know, so I don't even know.
I think I know.
What?
An American Tail. It came out the year I was born. I think it came out, it was like later. I was born in January, and it came out like later in that fall. Like, I think in September, October, or sometime. I know it came out fall of 1986. So, like, I remember my mom and my dad took me, like, I was like My mom just like had me like when we went to see it. So that was actually the first movie I ever saw.
This is a good one. Sean, can you remember the first DVD you got? I actually remember the first one I got was the John Waters movie Pecker. I remember
the first one I ever got.
I remember going into the old, it's now out of business, Borders Books and buying it. Remember that Borders Books was like the best one ever. John Waters went to it. Like we always saw him signing it. That was my favorite one of all time.
The CD one, yeah.
It was 3 floors. It was amazing, and now it's like gone.
I remember.
Don't you really miss it?
I remember the first DVD I ever got. I remember the first CD I ever got too.
What was that?
Which one?
What was the first CD?
The soundtrack to Space Jam. I remember. I think.
Are we ready for this?
Yeah, ready for the. Actually, that song wasn't on there. I was real disappointed. I got it years later off the internet or off Kazaa.
I don't know about the first Blu-ray though.
No, I know the first DVD I ever got too.
What was it?
The original the original Lion King 2.
Oh yeah.
Remember the Lion King 2? I think the one with no features.
This is from Brian the Mayan, who's your cousin, isn't it?
Yeah, unless it's someone who coincidentally took my this dude's in a rock band, the Mind Factor. Check them out, they're awesome.
I just recently watched Troma's movie Redneck Zombies. Have you seen it and what do you think? I liked it a lot.
I didn't get to see it.
Also, will you see the new Saw movie and do you think it'll be good?
I'll see it.
It
might have see, honestly, even though all the rest of the Saw movies aren't really good movies, they do have cool parts to them.
One more question. I love Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. What did you think?
It was perfect. It was.
I haven't gotten to see it yet. I will though.
Yeah, it was. You should. I'd recommend it. I'd give it.
I missed the 3D version though.
I know it's okay to see it in 2D though. I took my mom to see it and she loved it.
This is from Gamerman55111.
Again.
Top 5 favorite movies. We've talked about that a lot. Sean, would you send me an autograph or personal message?
Someone gave this guy a thumbs down apparently.
A lot of people ask about autographs. I wish we had some kind of a system for it.
Me too, because it's not that we don't want to give them. It's confusing.
And the thing is, like, we aren't too good at mailing things. You know what I mean? Like, getting the envelopes and figuring all that out.
Yeah.
If we had some kind of a system, I always think, would it be worth it for us to sign at Comic-Con or something? You know what I mean? Like, have a booth there to sign. I don't know if anyone would come to it or not. I don't know. What do you think? Do you think people would do it?
Yeah, I think
it just depends on which kind of one it was. Because if you had one like in Maryland, I don't know what one most people go to. So I mean, we'll have to figure out some kind of a system, like pre-mailed envelopes, and have it all set up. And we have to have certain pictures printed out, which we don't. So if we ever get the system going, we'll start doing that. But the problem is though, if we did a video telling you about it, we would get like thousands of requests, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that would take a long time.
All right.
We'll figure out a way to do it, though.
Yeah, because we really would like to sign and meet a lot of you.
What do you think are overrated on YouTube?
What people do you think are overrated on YouTube? In parentheses, not you guys. You guys kick ass. Oh, thank you.
I think people like Fred.
Yeah, he immediately came in my head.
I mean, he has all those millions of subscribers, and the thing is, the stuff he's doing doesn't really have a lot of creativity.
Anybody can do it.
Dicking around.
It's
you know
him.
What I mean?
It's him with his camera on his face, heightening his voice and just saying stuff real quick and saying clever stuff like yeah, I just made a paper. I just dipped my paper into my ice cream. Oh no, my mom made it. It's like my mom made it and then now it's not even there. Oh no, it's like anybody could just come up with that last minute. I mean,
I know that Smosh is another one that has all those subscribers. I mean, they're fun. I don't really get jealous of people on YouTube. I mean, with us. We've just built what we have from doing what we do. You know what I mean? I've never been, like, doing sub for a sub or, you know what I mean, asking people to subscribe. People just subscribe if they want. So I kind of...
Yeah, it's kind of dumb to force people. I feel like Fred tricked a few people to subscribe, and, you know, we don't want to trick anyone. You subscribe to us if you like us.
He said he'd love to be in a film with us one day.
Oh, well, thank you.
Hey, MJ, do you think Ghostbusters 3 will be out soon?
Sadly, no. It's probably not going to be out for a while, but honestly, I'd prefer that way. I'd prefer they take their time to make it good instead of just rush some crap movie.
This one's favorite. How was work, MJ?
Favorite food.
Favorite food. I like Mexican food.
I like
good types. Not like some of it sucks.
I like some Italian food. I like sushi. I love hot dogs, strawberries, cheese, cheese alone, just slices of cheese. Hot dogs without the bun. It can go on. Crabs.
How was your work, MJ?
How's work, buddy?
Now remember, everyone from our job, most of them watch.
Oh.
So be mindful with your answer.
It's a
stupendous.
It's a great stupendous job.
Amazing. And it's opposite day.
It is not opposite day.
Yeah, it's not opposite day. It's fine.
It's cool.
You know, it's something to do when we're not working on films and stuff. And you get money. So I mean,
Yeah.
And it's working in a film thing. So at least we're working with films and not working with like plants or something weird. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Or like selling manure.
Right.
Favorite '80s film?
Ghostbusters. It's an 80s
Ghostbusters.
movie.
Bill and Ted.
Yeah, another one. Bill and Ted's is an amazing one.
Would you ever make a movie with Shawn being Superman and MJ being Batman?
I'm insulted.
What?
Out of those two, I'd pick Superman. I mean, Batman's cool. Batman is not. I'm sorry. I get real.
I think he means that because see, I could fit into a Superman suit, but how could you get my head in a Batman mask?
They can make. Oh, no, I'm saying though. I'm
why
insulted.
He picked those.
I'm very no. Let's just take a minute on this
Yeah.
one. I'm very particular about that. I'm real big into that. Batman is not anywhere near one of my favorite heroes. Out of those two, I'd pick Superman, but when push comes to shove, I'd be the Flash. He's my favorite DC hero. I'd be the Flash and have him be Batman. No, because nobody can beat the Flash. No, seriously, nobody, because nobody can catch him. So
I don't know. I mean, but I'm still thinking about that. Me being Superman. I mean, I could fit in the Superman.
Okay, he'd be Superman, and I'd be the Flash.
This is from Pocky 93. How many licks does it take?
94.
94. How many licks does it take to get the center of a Tootsie Roll Pop?
Let's find out.
A one, a two, a three. This is from Paradox Productions.
One again.
I thought you should know you were recently featured on a popular New Zealand TV show about YouTube celebrities. I'll try and find an online link.
Well, thank you.
That's funny. I have to see that.
That's funny.
That's happened a lot. Like some people like said, we talked about you on the radio or like Radio Bam and all this stuff. I never hear the stuff. You know what I mean?
I know.
Busta Groove. It's from MJ. Are you a fan of Mythbusters? I played you some episodes.
Yes, they're interesting. They really prove what's good or not. I'm a bit more of a fan of Penn and Teller.
Yeah, Penn and Teller's Bowl. Do you play any instruments?
I play piano, aka the synthesizer.
The thing is, though, we don't know how to play. We know how
not
to like
play,
make it
play.
up.
I actually used to play the guitar pretty good.
I remember you were playing with that guy that kind of like reminded me of Mr. Rogers a bit.
The guy with the that guy.
Yeah, remember that? And he was.
I know. In that video, I wasn't really playing because I didn't want the dude who had that banjo. Like I didn't want to interrupt him, so that's why I pretended to play. But I used to play guitar pretty good, synthesizer pretty good. I used to play the horn a bit. I actually used to for a while play the harmonica pretty well.
I remember though. Remember we had that guitar.
And of course drums. Drums are real
when
easy.
We were in college, and it was always you had to drag that thing around. It was always that huge thing.
Yeah, I'm pretty good at drums. I'm better at electric guitar. It's easier.
Remember though, like we used to always sneak out of the school because we had nothing else to do and used to ditch class. Usually the Patty Pooh's stagecraft class. It was this class where we had to it was terrible. It was like us in this class, and it was all about cleaning up all the crap of the stage. Remember that?
Yeah.
And that was the class. So it's like you were screwing around with all this crap. Remember we went down in the basement, this really inspiring basement, in this back room, and cleaned up all this dusty crap. And then we got tired of it after a while. So remember we used to ditch. There's that guy that looked like Tom Green. One day we were ditching. He's like, "Guys, what are you doing? Get to class." And we're telling him eat Duke. Remember that?
Yeah, I was. He was so rude.
I hated that guy.
He was rude to us, and he was. We actually put him in the beginning of our Thursday video.
You almost killed me in there though. One time we were moving something, and this gigantic thing hit this panel of wood off the wall. It hit me on the head like this, and I was never the same since. I mean, I remember I yelled at you and I said, "You up in front of the whole class and we're like this."
I was ready to knock you out. If I didn't hit you in the head, if I didn't hit you by mistake with the wood, I was ready to knock you out with my fist. I was so mad. You just called me that.
And remember that whole day, it was this big quest to find the nurse and all those problems, and I thought I was going to die the whole day.
You can start to see why we really hated college.
And we used to always skip, though, and walk to this buffet, which is now closed down. It's right near where the Mega Media Exchange is. We used to always go to this home-style buffet. And it was ridiculous. It was like a 2-mile walk. We had to walk all the way down this gigantic hill. And remember walking back up that hill? Oh my God. And then one time there was this guy you went to school with who was really creepy and weird. He's like, "Guys, I'll drive you back." Remember that? We got in his car.
Oh, I forgot about that.
That was weird.
I didn't even remember that.
I guess you can explain this one. MJ, why didn't you call yourself Matt like in your early videos? Oh, and that was a stage name.
That was a stage name. See, all right. What was weird is why I was picky then. Okay. The earlier videos we did, we didn't, like, back then we really didn't have fans. We just did them.
Yeah.
But even then, like, I was picky. I think part of it was my mom was always...
No, your mom
like,
was saying to you she
she's
didn't want
always
you
like-
knowing your name.
She's always
They want
like,
you to track
you
you
know,
down.
she's always like, you know, no matter who gets a hold of your videos, you have to be protective of our privacy and all this. And she
She's
was nuts.
crazy about that stuff.
I know, and back then I listened to everything she said. So she said, come, you know, if you do something, come up with a fake name. So I said, how about I'm Matt Kelly? So that way, you know, and that's a pretty common name. So I thought, call myself that, but you insisted on using your real name, so...
I didn't care.
I know,
just
even
like,
though I was so picky and scared about it, but when you consider, if you're just cautious about stuff, like, don't show people where you live, don't say this stuff, then it's okay to use your real name.
Well, your real name is Miles James Kelly, but MJ's for short.
Yeah, Matt was just a stage name they used. Even in the old ones, you're like, so Matt, so it was just a stage name.
The thing is, the names are alright. Like, if we ever did, like, a middle school film or something, the name Matt seems
we'll
more
just
like
use
Matt.
it. Like, it has a funny flow to it.
It's like Matt, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why, like, in the videos, when you say Matt, it had a funniness to it, too. It's like Miles, it's more like a elegantest guy, but you go Matt. You know what I'm talking about?
I know.
This is like, but there's that question answered. This is the Artist V1. What's the one DVD you bought you wish you never did? There's been a lot I've got that I didn't like.
There's a few I got. I don't have it now because I traded them in for money, but I don't know.
I don't know. That's hard. I did one for my least favorite DVDs collection a while back, and I talk about a lot of them though.
I think one of them was Titan AE. Remember that? I think actually another one was House of a Thousand Corpses. I'm sorry.
What is your favorite movie you ever saw on the big screen?
Hard. Very hard.
What?
Difficult. I mean, it's very, very difficult to ask, but it's a very great question.
I don't know. I mean,
I honestly...
I really don't know.
There's no answer. There's not just one. There's a set of them.
What, do you think Tina Fey is attractive as I do?
I don't remember what she looks like, honestly.
She was the one in Baby Mama.
I didn't see that.
Not the blonde hair, but the other one. She was also in Mean Girls.
Which one?
As a teacher, and she was like, I'm really disappointed in you.
Wait, was she in the SNL with, like...
Yeah, she was...
like, Chris Farley and Christopher Walken and stuff?
She might have been, but this was years back. I mean, she was in SNL on the news a lot, remember?
Did she have blonde hair? It wasn't...
Dark hair.
Her! I think I know who you're talking about.
I never thought she was super attractive, but I mean...
No, I'm picturing the blonde one. I can't picture the other one.
You're thinking of Amy Sedaris or something.
Yeah, her. I can't picture that one who always made those goofy faces. I can't think of that other one.
You probably didn't see her as much. She mainly did the news.
Right.
Have you heard the radio interview I did with Wet Movie 1? I don't think I have. Most favorite 80s flick. Probably Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey. And probably that. MJ, if someone called you right now and said, I have a part for you in Ghostbusters 3, would you do it?
Yes. I just automatically be like, yes. Now,
What if it was like it's full frontal?
Full frontal.
Nudity. Would you do it?
That's kind of... Well, that's kind
What
of...
What if they wanted you to be like a ghost that was nude, but they blue screen clothes on you later?
It'd be kind of like a pointless... I was going to say, why would they have nudity in Ghostbusters?
Well, what if Dan Aykroyd, had that idea?
I'd be like,
What if they wanted it to be rated R, be more out there?
I guess. I don't know why they'd make a Ghostbusters movie R, but... I don't know, but, I just... I don't know. I mean, I would.
Of course you'd do it.
Well, first I would say...
You'd do it for free if they asked you.
No, I'd say, well, I'd feel better if knowing all the original cast was back and it was a good script. Then I would definitely... Well, the fact it was Ghostbusters,
The thing is,
I'd still do
it's
it.
obvious one day you'll be doing nudity for a film. I mean, if it comes up with me, I don't know.
All right.
If it was like a high-paying, film like in like Observer Report when that guy's running nude in that one scene, would you do that?
I guess. I don't know if I'd have that kind of a part, though.
I know. This is from 3-8.
No. I'll read it. 398378076. I don't know who would pick a name like that for your... It's hard to remember.
What do you think about British films? Today they're a lot more bloody than they used to be.
I love British films.
I do. I think years ago the British censors were different. Now they don't care as much.
Was he talking about British horror? Or just
British horror films.
I was saying he just should have said British films.
British horror films used to have, like, all films in Britain had this, like, censor system.
British... Oh, he said British horror. Okay. Sorry.
This is from Coca-Cola.
Cola R.
Do you guys like Coke? I like that a lot, too.
Cool.
I like that a lot better than,
Pepsi.
Thing is, doesn't Pepsi have this weird sweetness?
Sometimes. No, there's only one way to drink a Coke. I like it in the can more than the bottle, when it's in the can, and when it's fresh when you open it, and when it's nice and ice cold. That's the true way to have a Coca-Cola.
Yeah, or Slurpees I like. Do you like Coke Slurpees?
Coke Slurpee? No, actually, I don't like Coca Slurpee. And no, I don't. This is what I hate. I know you hate this too.
What?
No, I don't want a bottle of cola. And no, it's
I hate
not
people say that pop. Or
pop. It's not pop. Like I know some people who like say it's pop. It's no. This is pop. Pop is a verb. It's an action. It's a sound you make.
Yeah, I know. We've talked about this before, though.
No. Soda is a drink, which is what Coke is.
How many horror movies have you been in?
Let's see.
I'll have to look on the thing. I don't even count.
I know. I wouldn't really count like Sasquatch Assault as a horror, really. It's more.
It's more of a sci-fi.
It's more, yeah, like sci-fi-ish, like that, and I think Banshee's kind of sci-fi too. I don't know if I'd count Severed In as horror. So there's that. The Writers, I think, is horror. Let's see.
I just name off the resume thing. 'Cause I don't keep count. Hold on a minute. I'll just name off everything we've done, and then some you didn't do with me though. Sasquatch Assault, horror movie, sci-fi film.
Sci-fi horror.
President's Day, which I did with Chris LaMartine, that's a horror slasher film.
Yeah, Severed In is definitely that's like more like a torture / horror, well, mostly horror.
Trailer Park Living Dead, that's like a zombie horror film.
Yeah, we did. That's horror. That's
Banshee, sci-fi.
Sci-fi-ish.
Mondo Hartford is a comedy. That's the one with Ron Jeremy, and then the one with you and me is a scientist.
Yeah, finally comedy.
12/24,
yeah, that's you.
the Tiffany Shepis film. That's a horror zombie film.
Macabre Medicine.
Macabre Medicine.
Love it.
Grindhouse horror film.
Grindhouse horror. Love it.
Metal Gods was like a drama thing. Not a good experience. The Writers. Like horror.
Loved it.
The one I just did a radio voice for, Fell. That's I think that's more of a drama.
It's funny. You're like the top of the list on the cast.
Even though I'm just a voice though.
It's funny.
The Occultist, the one you and me are going to be Donna Murphy in for the end thing.
Yeah.
That's a horror film.
We did Body in the Dumpster.
Body in the Dumpster.
Then just the name of that, you already have a clue.
Body
it's
in
a
the
horror.
Dumpster is when we did the cop scene. Remember we filmed that?
Yeah.
For the one scene. That's a horror film. That's a horror drama. Not really full horror though. It's a horror drama. We did a lot of things. The Los Angeles Ripper we filmed something for.
That was.
We're like victims on the TV for that.
Yeah, that was.
That's a horror movie.
Year of the Dead.
That's a Devil and Pin film.
When we did Year of the Dead, I never forgot when we did that. Year of the Dead.
Year of the
Bloodbath Begins.
Which I don't know what's going on with that, but that's a horror movie.
That's being done in another country though, so that's like
Canada.
Yeah, so that's.
Garage Fever, that's a comedy, and Unholy Reunion, that's a horror one. We filmed stuff specifically for the cutscenes of the DVD for that.
Right.
And then Look, I did, which was a dramatic TV.
Yeah.
So that's everything we've done that's a film.
Right, and there's a few others that are probably not added. That it's probably more like
That we're doing soon too.
Yeah, that we're doing plus ones we did that aren't credited because they're not like really official films, but that was years ago.
Yeah, like shorts and stuff. 98 Lubo.
But there's one other question he asked. Do you like cookies? Love them.
Yes.
Right.
What is your fave Steven Seagal film?
MJ.
This may sound weird. I don't think I've seen a lot of his movies.
MJ, what is your favorite Steven Seagal film? That's kind of like asking like what's your favorite Jackie Chan or Jet Li movie? There really isn't one, it's like in each one he does a really good job in a different way, so it's not really good to pick one.
We'll see you in part 4.